I have the Chuck Carlson stamp set here. I have a few of the chalk sprays from Brutus Monroe, as well as detailed ink, and I have one of the Liquid Elements copper spray. I'm going to make a Halloween card, so come along for a spooky ride. Okay, that was silly. Alright, so what I'm going to do here is I think I need to stamp this guy and let's see how he looks. I have peeled him off and now I'm looking for a block. Hopefully I got one that was big enough. One thing is hard about clear stamps when they haven't been inked yet. You can't see which is up and which is down. Alright, I think this will work. And I've just got a piece of cardstock here. I am going to ink him up and then I am going to end up cutting him out. So I'm not really worried about the placement of where I'm going to put him on this piece of cardstock. But I do want to make sure he's very well inked, especially since this is his first time out. I think I've got that really well inked. I was watching Christopher stamp, and he's got a really neat stamping tool that I think I'm going to have, the Misty. I think that was a really neat stamp tool. Alright, I'm just pressing this onto my cardstock, not rocking the stamp. I just want to make sure that that ink absorbs into the paper. And let's see. Alright. I want to color him in with some watercolor pencils, so I've picked out just a few colors that I thought would look good. I've got an orange here, and basically I'm just wanting, in a sense, a color wash. I'm not going to spend a lot of time filling in the details and trying to do shading and whatnot. Just want a quick color. And then I want to, let's give his straw some color. Got to get the one with water in it. Alright, I just have a paper towel here that I'm going to use to wipe off my brush when I change colors. I want to start with the yellow. I think that part is pretty much done the way I want, and I think what I want to do is tear this out. The chalk ink by Brutus Monroe. I'm going to use a blending tool, and I want to stamp the Happiest Halloween saying in black detail ink. This over here. Let's see. So, black detail ink. I'm going to also tear this one out. I've got a card that I want to spray on. I've got the chalk ink. This one's Zest, Sage, and Terracotta, and then I have the Copper Penny. I just want to mist that. So this chalk ink sticks really well to the stencil, and I'm wiping it off with a baby wipe, and it's not coming off very well. And I like to have stencils fairly clean so they don't get transfer. So I'm using the Brutus Monroe stamp cleaner. This is a non-toxic cleaner. I don't have a label on here because they were shipped without labels. I'm just spraying a little bit on here, and watch how this comes right off. This stuff is really amazing. How easy it comes off. Pretty awesome. I'm gonna let that dry for a minute, and then I'll come back and we will work on the next phase. I believe this has dried sufficiently. It's got a neat little texture on it, but I want some more three-dimensional texture, so I've got this Distressed Stripe by Cuttlebug, and this will fit in there. I may end up trimming it down anyway, but I thought that'll look kind of cool, so I'm going to get my Sizzix and we'll distress that. So I give it a good texture. Cool. Before the video, I took a piece of canvas from, or burlap actually, from the Canvas Corp and trimmed it to what I felt would fit on the front. I also took a 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper and cut it in half and scored it. This is going to be my card foundation. And then I have a piece of brown that I cut. This is going to be my mat. So I think I've got my layers that I want to put on my card. So we're coming together here. But I think I want to do some distressing to the outside of this. And I'm going to go around the edge with a little bit of ink. And since I don't have a wide selection of the Brutus Monroe ink at the moment, I think what I'm going to use is some distressing ink from Tim Holtz. I've got one called Frayed Burlap, and it's one of my favorites. I use it a lot. So I think that'll give it a nice color. And then I think the edges of this one needs more depth so that it'll all tie together. And I'm liking the idea of how this texture looks. I think I'm going to help it by using a little bit of the distressed ink on it. Yes. That made that stand out a little more. Cool. I think we're getting closer to this. I think what I want to do is I want to fray the edges of this. With burlap, you can just kind of grab some of the strings and it'll give you that frayed edge look like that. So you can kind of see where I pulled all the way around. Yes, okay. So let's layer the card up, and I think one other thing I want to add is some ribbon. So we'll lay this out here and get it all ready. I'm just going to use white glue to put down the first mat. Cut a couple pieces, and I'm going to take a stapler and go in here. Probably should do it where I can see where I'm stapling, like so. All right, time to layer it all together. I don't want to waste these. I think they should be used. I think they would give some added dimension. So I'm going to lay these on here. Kind of like so. Add some more glue. Then we're going to add some glue on this. Alright. Now that'll have to dry, but I'll put something heavy on there to keep it in place. What do you think? I think it turned out pretty cute. I'll get some more photos after it dries. I'm going to put a block on here to weight it down so it will dry. All is well. The card has dried. It is all finished. You can see all the little neat details that are on here, where I even used the little frayed pieces. The nice texture. And it may be hard to see on this video, but the glimmer mist, the chalk mist, has a nice sheen to it. I think it turned out really cute. I hope you liked this video, that it was fun. It kind of gave you some insight as to how these products worked and how cute they really are. I love this Chuck Carlson stamp set. It's a lot of fun from Brutus Monroe. I hope that you will subscribe down below or up in the corner if I have the button there. And know that, sometimes catastrophes happen, craft catastrophes. You can work around them and life goes on. As an artist, things aren't always perfect in my studio. I do the best I can with what I've got. And enjoy life, y'all. Just have a good time with it whenever you're creating things. Make sure that you comment below if you have any questions. Make sure you go to the Brutus Monroe website. Check out their Facebook page. Follow me on Instagram, on Facebook, on Twitter, and I will definitely chat with you online as well. Thanks for watching today. Y'all have a wonderful day. And of course, coming up, happiest of Halloweens.